Hey guys, it's me, my face, and actual notes. Today's little dance of happiness is brought to us by Truly. I believe this is passion fruit. It's 100 calories, because it's Sunday and I'm a lady. I apologize for the noise from the air conditioner. It is 90 degrees here. And that means that it's 117 degrees upstairs in my house. And this don't work in heat. If you're new here, my name is Andrea, and this is a channel about cross-stitching and drinking and cats and my life and my opinions and just about anything else I come up with. Welcome. If you're returning, as always, welcome back. I did not do a lot of stitching this week, or I did some stitching, but only on a few projects. But I do have a lot to babble about this week. So let's just jump into the stitching. The first thing I worked on is Tiny Modernist, the Haunted Mansion. I got a fair amount done. I got this whole tower, and I started on that moon, which those colors, the only way I can describe them is mac and cheese. That is the color of unnatural cheese. I'm here for it. I'm all over it. It's good. But that makes me want really, really bad mac and cheese. Or it makes me want mac and cheese really badly. Grammar stuff. Once I am done with the moon, down at the bottom there is some tombstones and a little grassy area and some pumpkins. And that's it. I'm done. Finally, after more than 1 year. It's a journey, not a race. It's totally a race. The next thing I worked on is my Prairie Schooler. This is Miss Fortune. And yeah, it was an eventful week with Miss Fortune. I got a lot done. I finished off this urn, and I got this little bit done. And other than filling in the crystal ball, she's done. So she's not done, but she's almost done. But yeah, I had some issues. I made a mistake. It went poorly. This urn is in the right place, but this one is dictating how low everything is. So yeah, it's fine. I could have picked it out. I considered picking it out. I talked myself out of it because this is 1/1. Nobody got time for that. I still have, I think, 3 more of these to do. I'm not picking this out. It's going to end up in my stitchy journal. I've decided that today. It could change tomorrow. I think what's going to be interesting about putting stuff like in a stitchy journal is I can note things like that, like I changed the color of the crystal ball and, you know, why I did it and why the bottom is off. It's because I was probably watching somebody hunting ghosts while I should have been paying attention to counting things, because it is counting cross stitch. Counted cross stitch. I know what it is. I do it a lot. Honest. The last thing I worked on this week is Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. I managed to finish, I kind of filled in her torso and the rest of her hair, and I gave her a spoon. And you know, I thought this was a fish. I kept calling it a fish. It's not, it's a frog. I'm a little sad now. Amy, I'm sorry. That's a frog. But maybe, you know, maybe he's just going for a little swim. He's a magical frog. He's an hallucinogenic frog, and he's going to jump in there and leave his little LSD-ness in there, and then he's going to hop right out and go about his day happily. That's what I'm going with. I have waffled back and forth about picking out her skin. I'm still, wow, that sounds gross. Oh, I'm not happy with the color of the skin. I'm not a big fan of green witches, and this is like a greeny yellow. It's not a good color. So more than a few people recommended I head over to Lord Libidan's blog. They've got everything over there. But they have a nice color conversion chart for different skin tones. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up picking that out and picking a new color. But I didn't do it now because last night I didn't want to. And sometimes that's just the answer. I will say the black that I'm using for anything that isn't a border now, like the crows and her dress and everything. Hi, Dante. Dante's come to visit. I'm using the Sulky, and I am 100% happier with it than I was the DMC. Please don't eat my projects. Perhaps you should just move on. There you go. Take a little walk. Good girl. So yeah, I think Sulky is going to replace a lot of my, when I'm stitching with one strand, a lot of my DMC black. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Where's your brother? Can you get him to come upstairs and say hi? Everybody would like to see him. Soxy's not doing so great. He spends most of his time now in his little bed or kind of tucked into a corner of our bedroom. We've had to, we got the pill popper, so we're kind of forcing the pills on him now, which is not what we want to do. We don't want to stress him out. We want to make him happy. On the upside, he's been eating, I won't say he's been eating a lot, but you know, he definitely had part of our steaks the other night. And tonight there will be Greek salad, so probably there will be theft of chicken. So we're going to give him everything he wants until he doesn't want anything anymore. Hold on, because Dante is stuck in the blanket. Okay, hold on. Oh, good Lord. That's what happens when you don't let us clip your nails. Little kitty manicure goes a long way. Anyway, we're still taking care of socks. I don't actually have any haul, but I am thinking about buying something, and I would like an opinion if anybody uses these. I will put them up here. They are, excuse me, I have notes. They are the, I wrote it here, Arabeska scroll rods, and they have the clamps instead of like Velcro or something that you have to sew to, so it's kind of, I guess, a cross between a Q-snap and a scroll frame. I kind of really do like the scroll frames when it comes to tension. So I was thinking of getting the small set, but I don't know, and it has great reviews on Amazon, but I don't know anybody who actually uses them. So if you actually use them, let me know. Or if you have like the best idea ever for something better than a Q-snap. I'm just not having a lot of luck with them lately. I don't know if mine are just old and maybe the clamps aren't clampy enough. I do have a replacement set of clamps around here somewhere that I should probably try, but I was just looking for something different. And I do kind of like the scroll frames because I like using my my two floor stands, and they seem to clamp in there a lot better for me than the Q-snaps do. So let me know what you think down below. I will link to these in the description so you can take a look at them. It will be an affiliate link, just so you know, #subtle. But I will link to them so that you can go see. I have been fortunate enough to be introduced to a new to me floss tuber. Her name is Liz. She is Bent Needle Makes, and she's adorable. She is very sweet. The only reason I knew that she was out there is because she actually tagged me in an Instagram post to say, hey, I mentioned you in my video, which I am thankful for in all the ways, because now I really have somebody new to watch. You know, I'm always hesitant to add new people to my subscription list because I don't get through half the people that are on there now. But I am excited to get to know her better. I've only watched her most recent video, which I think was number 15, and she was delightful. She works on projects that I really want to try, and she works on stuff that I don't really stitch, which I like because it exposes me to things that I wouldn't normally see, or, you know, there are things that I like Lizzie Cates and things like that, that, you know, I like as an idea, but don't necessarily want in my house. So, you know, it's nice to watch other people do these. I think she's doing a Heart and Hand series for the months. So please go check her out. I didn't know that there was a Celtic mandala at Heaven and Earth Designs that I needed. I didn't know that until I watched her video. Because what I need is another, you know, Hade. I'm going to wait till there's a sale. I'm not going to buy it today. Maybe tomorrow. But the next sale, I know she just had one, but there'll be another one. And I think I'll be adding that to my collection and then starting it because it's amazing. So if you like watching my videos, which apparently you do, you've gotten this far in, I think you're really going to enjoy Liz's videos. She's a lot like me if I had my poop in a group. And a waistline. I like her. So that's really all I have for crafty, you know, stitchy stuff. So if you are done with that, I'm just going to babble for the rest of my time here today. I just have a couple of stories to tell. Last night was eventful on my street. One of my neighbors, about 3 or 4 houses up, was having a party. It wasn't excessive. It wasn't bothering anybody. It was just a lot of people in one place. If anything, it was probably too many people in one place. I don't know about your social distancing that could go on over there, but I digress. They were having a party. And there were some kids, probably 10, 12 years old, and they were just walking up and down the street. And the couple of times that I peeked out just to see who was out there, they were walking on the side of the road. They had the flashlights, I think, from their cell phones up. So, I mean, they were doing the things that you want people to do when they're walking around at night. They were not a problem. I did not witness them being any sort of problem. I'm sitting there stitching on my Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow and watching some not great ghost show. And all of a sudden I hear somebody pull up in front of my house. And this person is stopped in the middle of the street. And I hear her yelling and swearing at these kids and saying, I know where you effing live. And I will come there and I will. And I'm thinking, this is a grown-up that's threatening children. What the hell is going on? So I'm watching it go on out in front of my house from the window. And finally she kind of backs up and turns around and goes back up the street towards where the party is. So I'm kind of keeping an ear out. And I hear the kids run back to the party, and it started hearing like a commotion. So I went outside and I kind of stood in the street. And I can hear her yelling, and I can hear the people at the party yelling at her. And then I heard like a bang. And I was like, oh my God, did somebody hit her car? Did somebody bang on the hood? Did somebody break a window? I didn't know what happened. So I'm kind of sitting there and waiting for something to change. And she's still sitting in the middle of the street in her car, just sitting there, blocking everything. So a guy started kind of walking up from the party, and I don't know if he was just trying to cool off or if he was going somewhere in particular, but I just said, you know, are you guys okay down there? And he says, she's driving down the street at like 75 miles an hour, and she actually clipped one of the kids. I guess he's okay. It was not like, obviously he wasn't like hit by a car, but he was hit by a car. So naturally they're pissed. But she's denying it and saying, no, I never came near him, and I was only driving 15 miles an hour, and this and that and the other thing. And so that's why she was like yelling at the kids. I don't know. But he says now she's down there, and you know, she kept opening the door to get out of the car, and I guess one of the people there closed the car door, and that was kind of the thump I heard. But now she's claiming that she has a broken leg because he slammed the car door into her leg. So that's why she's just sitting there. So we're talking, and we're kind of just going on and on. I think he was just decompressing or something. And so slowly she starts to come up the street. And now she's parked right in front of my driveway where the two of us are talking. And she's on the phone and she's like, yes, he's wearing a white t-shirt and camo shorts and blah, 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 blah. And you could just tell that she was not somebody nice. So I'm just standing there, and she's, giving off this description and everything. And I said, as loudly as I could to be heard over the phone, was, why don't you tell them how you were sitting out here threatening children? You were threatening kids. And she just talked right over me and she actually did not even acknowledge me. It was like I wasn't even standing there. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I have seen this car around. We did see her kind of drive up another street and then back around and come back down. And where she went is a dead end area, so she kind of had to be trapped in there somewhere. So the police came eventually, talked to the people having the party, and then I saw them go up the street to where we had seen her go. And I don't know what's happened since, because everything just got very quiet. I hope the party didn't shut down. It wasn't loud anyway, but I just didn't hear anything for the rest of the night. So I'm interested to go and find neighbor guy at some point and find out what happened, because that was bananas. And she was threatening children in front of my house, and I wasn't happy about that. So if I see her again, there might be words. So that was my last night's shenanigans. Let me take a sip before I get into earlier in the week shenanigans. Passion fruit. Do recommend. As you know, I showed you a picture of the lovely gazebo that we built in the 90-degree heat a few weeks ago. Unfortunately, since we built it, it's been consistently 90 degrees. It's been awful here. So we haven't had a chance to use it yet. And now we never will, because a tropical storm blew through. And that's what's left of my gazebo. It was staked down, but the stakes were not very long, and we kind of said, probably the best thing to do was to go to Lowe's and get better stakes, and it didn't happen. And my gazebo blew away. And it went crunch. And now it's in pieces. And I have no gazebo. It was nice while it lasted. That's about all I have for you guys this week. As always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your likes and even your dislikes. And thank you so much for your comments. I read every single one of them. They're very important to me. As are you. Bye, guys.